Justin, I'm gonna call you.
Justin.
Justin, sitting here. I'm nervous. I'm sweaty. I didn't expect this day to come, to be honest, for me. Where I thought I'd be in treatment for a long period and I'd end up running away after some time. So to sit here for me is a blessing. So I'll start in the beginning. I was born into a loving family, my mom and my dad. And I stayed with them. Sometime my dad passed away, I was 4 years old. So that was in 98. And then it was just me and my mom. And from there, that's where I think I believe, that's where I did fit from 4 years old. Because everyone else had a father and I didn't have a father. And going to school and people are talking about what their dad can do for them. And I didn't have a dad. My dad was my mother. So everything would be, this is what my mom does for me. And they would never understand. That was difficult for me. So I went on, went primary, I met two guys that were called Aleko and Nick. They were my best friends from primary. Those are the guys that I spent my whole primary and grade 1 to grade 7 with. They were my brothers. Their mother took me in as one of their sons. So after school, I'd leave school, go straight to their house and spend the day with them. And at around 4 o'clock, my mom would come and pick me up from their house. I'd go home. So from there, I joined my school career with them. And at grade 7 is where I picked up for the first time. I was 12 years old. Started drinking with them and smoking with them behind a small house that the maid used to sit at. And the only reason why I did that is because I wanted to be cool with my best friend. Because his older brother didn't believe it was fun. He didn't have someone to do it with him, so I didn't want to disappoint him. So that's the time when I said, cool, I'll do it just to be fun, just to have fun with him. And I'll stop when I want to stop. And I didn't stop. There was a lady that used to be the secretary. She used to smoke cigarettes and kill it halfway. And that's where we used to run after school and get her nips to smoke. And that's how we started off. We started smoking nips. And we used to buy alcohol and go and drink. So the one day we smoked together. And we were both finished. And I'll never forget the day he was lying on his bed and he was hearing music in his head and I was wondering what the hell's going on with this guy. And he started banging on the wall and I was like, it's time for you to go shower before your mom catches us. And he went into the shower and passed out and I had to go drag him out of the shower and lie him in his bed. And his mom walked in and I was like, what's wrong? Started complaining, he's got a headache, and I was like, that's the time I need to escape now, before she catches what's happening. I remember I ran home. I don't remember how I even got home, passing the main road to get to my auntie's house. And I got home and all I did is run into the bathroom. And I started brushing my teeth and I left toothpaste on my face. And I went and I passed out on the couch. And they tried to wake me up. I slept for quite some time. They woke me up at 7 o'clock. They asked me what's wrong. Luckily the day at school we were playing indoor soccer and I fell and I banged my head on the concrete. So my excuse was I fell and I hit my head on the concrete so I have a headache. My mom called the lady that was the headmistress, my best friend's mom. She asked her. Luckily that story was true. So I already escaped. That was my runaway. I knew how to die. My whole life I've lied. That's one thing I was good at. I could lie with a straight face and not get away with murder. My mom's boss said to my mom that he needs a school with discipline. I was never disciplined at home. And they told me, okay, you need to go to boarding school, grade 8. And I laughed and I was like, I don't want to go. And my mom was like, well, you don't have a choice, you're going. We're paid. It's not money that you just pick from the ground, she had paid. So I was like, I had no choice. And I went, and I didn't have that attitude of, I'm going to do it. I was like, I don't want to be here, so I'm going to fix my mom up. And that's the attitude I've always had my whole life. She wants me to do this, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to show you. I'm running the show. And I went to that school, and it was a good school, academic, sports, but I wasn't wanting to be part of that school. And I went, and the whole year, I did nothing. I sat there, Monday to Friday, nothing, no homework. Getting to class the next morning, who didn't do your homework? My hand would be up, teacher would come and they'll hit us. And I'd be like, okay, so this is my life. Every day I'm just going to wake up and get a hiding, and that's it. And then I go back to hostel, smoke with my friends, sit in hostel, go for supper, come back. When it's prep time, I'm going to lie on my bed. See the teacher coming in through the main door, and I jump up and I jump onto my table and I make like I'm doing homework. And I'd only wait for Fridays to go home. And they'd ask me, how was school? It's amazing. It's not amazing. I hated it. But I didn't want to disappoint my mom, because she put so much. I was the only child. She used to work so hard just for me, to make me happy, and I didn't want to disappoint her. So I just lied to her. And that's how I lived it until grade 8. And I got the report back. And I knew I failed. And when she asked me, and I was like, I passed. I know I passed. And she was like, you sure? And I was like, I'm sure I passed. Got that report card, and I was failed. Then she just looked at me, what happened? I don't know. I jumped from that school, from South Africa, went back home to Swaziland. That's to grade 9. I went there, and I was home. I was free, back to Justin. What Justin wants, Justin's gonna do. Don't follow rules, don't listen to anyone. That's how I lived my life, and went there. I didn't see fitting in. So for me to fit in that school, I needed to be naughty. I needed to cause stuff to make people laugh so I could fit in. So coming to class, and I'll just be the chaotic child. So sitting at the back and making noise and making jokes, to being the class clown, just to fit in. So sitting in front, right at the whiteboard, and still being a class clown, that didn't stop me. So getting called into the office, getting shouted at, never ever stopped Justin. I remember I was on holiday, and I went to Nelspruit with my mom, and they just released the Marlboro Gold, and I got money from my mom and I bought it. I took it to school. The first day back out of school holidays, and I went to school with a box of cigarettes, and me and my one friend, an Indian guy, Ismail, I showed him the box, and I was like, bro, you can go and smoke today at school. Instead of us waiting till home time, just go smoke behind the French teacher classroom. And we decided, cool. So I went down, I took off my school top, and I was in my vest. I went behind and I started smoking first. I smoked, and I came out, and I gave him the pack, and he went to smoke. And he was such an idiot that decided he wants to come out of the corner and sit on the steps and smoke. And we had 3 disabled kids that were in the learning center. They were sitting at the top, and I remember them looking at us, and they just saw smoke. And they're like, those guys are smoking, those guys are smoking. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm caught now. And I walked out and I started telling him, whatever happens, I was not part of this with you. Because they saw you, they didn't see me. And the deputy, the foster, he came. He went to him, and he was like, Justin said you were smoking with him. And he tried to deny it, and the guy was like, no sir, no sir. And I was like, well, Justin's in the office waiting for you. And I wasn't even in the office, I was still in class. And he agreed and he went, yeah, fine. He's there, so I'm there. Came up to me and he told me that you were caught smoking. And I was like, I never smoke. I don't even smoke. And I was like, you were caught by the 3 learning students, disabled kids. And I was like, that's not possible. They're sick. How can you believe kids that are sick? And we normal, they're sick. They're in a learning center. And I was like, well, your friends agreed to it and said, y'all are smoking. And I said, no, I'm not going to agree with it. I was arrogant, so I'd never accept that I'm being caught out. And he just told me, Justin, stop fighting. He's accepted it and he's there. Just go and do it. And I was angry with him and I walked in and he's sitting there. He's like, nothing's wrong. I asked him, how stupid are you to accept this? Because I knew that my mom's going to get called back in. She's been constantly called into the office, and the last time she was called in, she was like, I'm no more coming back here to this office to get told that Justin's behaving badly. So whatever's going to happen, they must deal with me. And I knew, well, it's just going to be me and these teachers facing me. And they already hated my guts. They tried every way to try to kick me out, and they couldn't. So I was just too fast, too clever for them. When I knew the heat is on me, I'd be the undercover master. Be quiet. No one could see where's Justin. Keep quiet for a week, then come back with a bang. That's always how I treated at school. And they called my mom in. My mom came, and I was told he was suspended. First time being suspended from school. And I was like, cool, another holiday of a week at home, sleeping. And I went home, my mom was angry, shouting. I don't even remember what she said. I didn't listen. Shouting, and all I would just say, sorry, so what happened. That was always my number 1 card, sorry, it will never happen again. And I stayed at home that week. And the next morning, my friend decided that I was suspended with me. He's going to school. And he called me and he's like, hey bro, I'm going to school. I said, go to school, I'm sleeping. He went to school, came out, they caught him. And they kicked him back home. And he came to me and he was like, they caught me and they told me to come home, and I laughed at him. I was like, yeah, we can just sit at home and smoke. And do what we want to do. No one's going to tell us we can't do anything. We can be the bosses now. I sat there at home, my mom was angry, we didn't talk. We were always knuckleheads, me and my mom. If we don't talk, I was fine with that. You don't have to greet her. Wake up, just look at her, and continue. That's my life. I lived with her, always knuckleheads with her. When it would get too much for me, I'd run away. To my granny, to my uncle, to my auntie. Always to my granny, because my granny would always feel sorry for me. And my granny would always phone her and tell her, what are you doing to him? My granny would always take my side, no matter what. Even though she knows I'm wrong. She would speak to me, and I'd just cry quickly, and she would stop talking, and she would feel sorry for me. And she would call my mom and be like, he's crying, he's hurting. Just always to feel sorry. It's always about Justin. Me, as he said. And that's what I loved. It's always about what I could get out of this. Went on, grade 10, whenever. And my uncle, it was raining this day and hailstorm. And my uncle had a 2.7 Toyota 2-seater. And we were 5 people going home this day. And I decided, well, I'm not going to go home with him at the back of a van and get wet, and then I'm going to get sick. I'll either go with my friends, where we jump in this one car, and we go straight to his house, and we can smoke and have fun. My uncle didn't want that. He kept denying it. He kept saying no, he doesn't feel comfortable, he doesn't want. And I said, it's fine. I'll just phone you as soon as I get home, and you'll know I'm at home. You don't have to worry. It's going to save you petrol going up and down and coming to pick us up. And he wasn't comfortable. And I decided to go with my friends. And I remember a short period of it. Driving out of school until the TV center where the school was. short period, I remember talking about us what we're gonna do. And the rest of that road, the trip home, I was in blackout. I don't remember what happened. That period it was raining, and on the way home on the main road, there was a guy that was driving, coming this way, and we were going down. I don't know what happened, but I landed up in a head-on collision. The car was a write-off. It was his brother and his sister in front, and then it was my two friends next to me, and I was in the middle. And I cracked my skull. And I don't remember what happened. My mom was sitting at work. I don't know how this is. She was sitting at work and waiting for a phone call for me. For about me to get told that I'm in a head-on. Just waiting to hear that call to say I've been in an accident. I was rushed to hospital. I don't even remember getting rushed there. I had a blue eye, fractured head, and I was lying in a hospital bed. And I don't remember no one. Only remember is one guy, my friend's driver. Out of all people, it's him that I woke up to greet him, and I went back to bed. I don't even know what I was doing. From there, I was lying in bed, and my mom and my uncle and them were doing shifts. So watch me. And I was lying in the bed, and I was trying to wake up to try to throw up blood. And I couldn't get up. So I was suffocating, choking to try to get up. And my uncle walked in and they found me. The nurses are outside and they're sleeping. And I'm there in the bed in the emergency room, trying to get up to throw up, and they're sleeping. My uncle got me up and I threw up, and the next morning I was rushed to Nelspruit. Don't remember how I got to Nelspruit. Nothing. Got there, went into theatre, came out, and I was discharged, and I went home, and that never stopped me. My life still continued. Even though I had a fracture, they said I must stop drinking, I must stop being in the sun. That didn't stop me. Still, I had fun. I still believed that I didn't die there. I wasn't meant to, so I still can continue my life. And I left. And my mom would tell me, "You've just been in an accident, you need to calm down." And I was like, I can't calm down. Life's still going on for me. I went to school, back to school, and that's the excuse I used to the teachers. I was in a head-on, so you need to feel sorry for me. And that's what I did. I played that. That was my next card. I was in a head-on, so you guys have to feel sorry. I'm not okay in my head. And I continued, and one morning I laid in my bed, and I woke up and my pillow was wet. And I wiped, and I pushed it together, and it was white liquid that flew out. I took the pillow and I threw it in my cupboard quickly. I didn't want my mom to see that liquid. And it kept going on and on and on. And one morning she woke up and she was like, "Why are you hiding your pillows?" I was like, I just put them away. She took that pillow and she found liquid coming out. She's like, "You need to go to a doctor." And I didn't want to go back because I had just been for a long time. I was taken to Pretoria, to Unitas in Pretoria, to a head doctor, and he done scans, and he sat me down, sat my mom down, and I was like, "Do I want to live or die?" I looked at him and I was like, "What do you mean?" I just started crying. And I was like, "You've got liquid that's coming out of your brain that you keep throwing out. And that's the liquid you keep throwing away is from your brain. You get pneumonia, you get any sickness that's serious, you can either live or you can die." And straight away I was like, back to theatre. And I wasn't wanting that life. And he was like, "You have a choice. You can either go home or we can take you in and go for surgery again." And I was like, "I don't want this. I'm sorry, can I go home for a week and make a decision and I'll come back to you?" My mom looked at me and I was like, "I'm not doing it now." And I was like, "It's your choice." And he went. And I left there and I was like, "I'm not doing it now." Went home, told my mom, my family and them. And the next week was my time to go back. And I got a call that he had been rushed overseas. And I stayed another week. I was like, cool, another week of party. And I went into theater and I was operated ear to ear. They pulled my head apart. They put titanium plates from here to here. And I was in hospital for quite some time. And I had staples on my head. And I was called the Mitchell Man. They shaved my head from here and I had a piece of hair behind. And that's how they left me. Thought it was cool. For me that wasn't cool, that was embarrassing. And that's how I left. And I left there for some time and I went home and I spent a week at home under house arrest. And people, my family was there 24/7. But I couldn't really escape. And then I played it and I was like, I'm fine, nothing's wrong with me. You guys can leave me, I'm okay. I'll stay at home, I won't go anywhere. And they started leaving and I was back. Smoking, drinking. Even though they said I couldn't do those stuff, it never stopped, Justin. And I lived life. I was talking to my mom last weekend and I went home. And there was this principal, the lady, Mrs. Thompson. And I don't remember the story. And she was saying how naughty I was that I even went to the extent that I knew she hated me. The extent I went to just to mess that lady around is I went to the bathroom and I wrote, "Fuck you, Mrs. Thompson." And I don't remember that. And she was called back in. And that time they tried to kick me out of that school. Every way they could, they tried. I denied it. I said, that's not my handwriting. They had my school books. They took all my school books that I had and they took it all. And they looked at the handwriting and they looked at the wall and it's exactly my handwriting. And I denied it. My mom was called in and they wanted me out. And I didn't care. And my mom stood by my side even though it put us through so much. She stood there and she was like, they can prove it, they can do it. But if they can't prove it, they can't kick me out. And that lady, she was crying, I don't even know this. She was crying, I had principal crying, I didn't care. All I did, she hated me. From the day one she entered that school, she just hated my guts. Because they knew Justin was the chaotic kid. Just for me to fit in. And I didn't care about her, to be honest. She would try everything and I didn't care. And they just gave up on that. They just left me. And I continued. And there was the one girl had her 18th. And she went to this they had this 18. And something told me not to go to this party. And I didn't go. And one of the girls, she was the head girl of the school. She OD'd under a car, one of the guys' cars. She OD'd under the car, and she was rushed to hospital. And they done it in a hotel, this party. And this hotel heard about this, and they came to the school and they reported what happened. And we had a meeting, and they were trying to investigate who was the culprit of bringing drugs and stuff. And she said to us that we could walk out if we weren't part of this party. And I stood up and I started walking out. And she pulled me back. She's like, that's not possible. You, not part of this. And I was like, I wasn't. She's like, that's not possible. You were one of them. I kept telling her I'm not. And she asked the class and they were like, he wasn't there. She didn't believe me. She told me, go to the office and sit there and wait for your mom to come in. And they're going to call my mom and find out from my mom. Lucky enough, I was at home that weekend. I didn't go to that party. She didn't believe it. She didn't even say sorry to me. And I expected her to come to me and say sorry. And she didn't. And I think that's why I didn't like her. And that's why I kept pushing her buttons. When I ended up getting kicked out of class, I was no more allowed to sit in class and learn. I had to sit in an office. I was first outside her office door. She put a desk for me and she said, this is where you're going to do your schoolwork. And I was like, okay. You want to play games with me? You want to embarrass me? Yeah, I'll show you. Every day, she'd open the door and she'd see me there. She'd be like, good boy. I'd be like, yeah, good boy, okay. And then I went to the secretary and I complained and I was like, I don't like sitting here. Please can I sit in the sick bay? And she's like, cool, my boy. You can go sit there. It's fine. I'll just tell her. And I was like, yeah, one on my side. In that sick bay, not disappear. And she would come checking for me in the sick bay, not find me. And I don't know, I'd always feel when that lady's coming to search for me. And I'd be in the class with the other guys. As soon as I know I had this feeling, I'd disappear from class. I'd just jump out of my school bag, out of the class, don't even tell the teachers. I'd start running to the bathroom, start checking. I see her running, looking for Justin. And I know, yeah, it's time. And I'd run back to the sick bay and sit there and start working. She'd come back and she'd start shouting, where were you? I was sitting right here. Where do you think I was sitting? And she'd shout. I've got 10 eyes on you. And I'd be like, yeah, whatever. And then she changed me from sick bay to an office. I had my own office. I was the main guy in that school. I had an office, I had a phone. So I'd sit there and I'd play on the phone. I'd phone the school and say I want to speak to her. And then when she would start talking, I'd just laugh and put it down. That's how naughty I was. And I had an aircon. Everyone else was feeling hot in class, and I was the main darling in this office. And she'd always come, try to check on me, and I'd never be there. And then she'd always disturb me. That's how my life was at school. I was always naughty. And we were the first class in that whole school entire career that didn't have a prom. We were the only year. Because she couldn't handle us. What she would say, we'd butt back at her. And I was the main culprit in everything that would out and instigate everything. I'll tell them, let's do this, and they'll do it, and I would never be part of it. I'd be far away, watching them. Remember we went on a swimming gala, and in the bus, on the way back, I told them that we should buy alcohol on the bus and drink on the way back to school. And I wasn't part of that trip. They all went to a bottle store and they bought. And they got caught. School bus parked at a bottle store, branded with the school label, and parents are passing by and seeing this bus at a bottle store. Justin's plan. Where's Justin? Justin's not part of it. I jumped in another car and I ran away. I was like, leave them. Court, and they said, who got the plan? Justin. Where was Justin? He wasn't there. Ran away from mother again. Ended up finishing school, and I tried to go to varsity. And my mom said, no ways. You need to go work. I was like, I can't go work. I'm a young boy, I have nothing. Who's gonna take me? Anyways, I used to get holiday jobs and go and work for my mom and her boss at a butchery. Even when I was working there, I didn't work, but I was getting paid for it. I'd run away from work, go outside, smoke. My mom's phoning to find out what am I doing. They're searching for me. I'm not in the work. She's phoning my cell phone. Say, where are you? No, I'm at work. But they just phoned and you're not there. No, I'm here. And she'd come and they'd find I'm sitting there now because I know they're looking for me. Or I'd go and I'd sit next to her in the office. And she'd say, I can't sit here. I'd be like, why? You're my mom. How can you chase me? And that's how I lived. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to sit. So I was just lazy. And I ended up getting my mom to take me. To say, yeah, you can go to varsity. And I was over the moon. I was like, yes, I can be part of. So wanted to study. But when I got there, I didn't want to study no more. I used to go to class and just sit there and play on a computer. I was supposed to study networking, not just sit there and not do anything. And I'd always get money. I ended up having to take a combi to school. So that ended up not working because I didn't like to stand at a corner and pick up sides. Because I didn't know what side to point to get to school. Then I told my mom I need money for a taxi. So I'd get a private taxi to take me to school, take me back. Every day I'd tell her I need more money, more money. That's what I did. I always used my mom as an ATM. It was never my mom. That's what I lived for. My mom was my ATM. Got to a stage where my mom told me, I'm no more your ATM. That day hurt me because she knew that I'm using her as my ATM, not using her because it's my mom. And if I can't I got so bad where one day I remember I wanted to go to a club. And I had money, but I wanted more money from my mom. And I started fighting with my mom, saying I want money. And she got so angry that she got red. When I saw my mom red, I knew. Then we continued. She's going to get more angry and she's going to just leave me and just get me to shut up. She got so red where I didn't care. I remember I just got out the shower and I was in my briefs. I didn't want to get dressed because if I wasted time by getting dressed, she was going to run away. She was going to leave me at the house. I stood in my briefs and I kept fighting her, battling her. Got to a stage where she said she was going to hurt me. And that never stopped me. That's how angry I got her. She suffers from blood pressure. Got to that stage where she said she's going to hurt me and she won't know what she's done. That never stopped me. And I continued. I remember her walking out and I followed her. She jumped in the car and I jumped on the bonnet of the car. And I demanded this money. I kept holding the car and I kept pushing it. I'm like, you're not going nowhere. And she was reversing and I'm on top of the car and I'm reversing. I'm in briefs and she's reversing this car and she's shouting, get off the car. And I'm like, you want to go with me on this car? And I didn't care. And then I realized we're passing the gate of the house and I'm like, shit, this lady's going to drive with me like this. And I'm going to be going down wherever. And I knew where she's going to. She was going to my uncle to report me. And my uncle was coming back there to fuck me up. I already knew it. And I was like, no, Justin, jump off, get ready, and run away. Went home, went back inside, and I got dressed quickly, and I ran out the gate, up to the petrol station. I sat there. And my uncle called me. He's like, wait. I knew it, yeah. It's time now. I said, no, I'm sitting at this one petrol station. We're just filling up petrol, and then I'm going. And he said, stay right there. I'm on my way. I laughed, and I said, you playing games. You're not fighting Justin here. Drove all the way there, and he called me and he was like, where are you? Like, we just left now. The guys wanted to leave, so I couldn't tell them to wait. Tried to find out where am I going, and I said, I don't know where I'm going. And I cut the cord and I switched it off. I went out, came back home in the morning, early hours of the morning. It was a hotel at home. I could just get there, jump in bed, sleep. And I was lying in my bed, and I heard a hoot at the gate, and I knew same time, that's my uncle coming to sort me out, and I couldn't run away. As soon as I tried to tell the maid, don't, she had opened the gate. And I wanted to tell her, don't open the gate. She had opened it. I just saw this Isuzu driving in, and I knew it. It's time up. He walked up to me, and he looked at me, and he was like, what's going on? I said, nothing. He said, no, what's going on? Nothing. He was like, what happened yesterday? I told you to wait for me. I was like, oh yeah, that. And I was like, Aish. As soon as I said Aish, he opened me with the first clap. I just remember my ear. I was like, it's game over now. And I've never been hit from him. I think that's why I had my first resentment towards him. He's never hit his kids, and he's gonna hit me, and he's not my father. That's where my first resentment was. And he told me he's tired of talking to me, that we're gonna fight like a man, man to man. I was like, yeah, that sounds nice. Me and you hitting each other, that sounds amazing. And I realized that he's serious, and he tried to hit me again, and I ducked. I was like, this guy's gonna kill me. Started running around the van. And the maid ended up running to try to save me. And he told the maid, you better get back inside, or I'm gonna hurt you, and I'll finish him afterwards. And she turned around and started crying and running back inside. And I was like, useless. You're supposed to be here. And she called my mom, told my mom that they're killing me outside. And my mom rushed home, and my uncle told me, pack your bags and you're getting into a cell. I'm taking you to a cell. And I was crying. How can you do this? I'm crying. Rather take me to my granny. And he's like, he doesn't want me anywhere part of his family. He doesn't want me with his mom, his sisters, no one. Only place he's going to leave me is in a police station, in a cell. And I was like, yeah, reality now. Told me empty out my cupboards, and at the top of my cupboards is where I kept my straights, my empty bottles, hiding them from my mom. And he said, yeah, load those also. When you get to the cell, you look at those bottles and you'll remember. I was like, yes, I can't take bottles to the cell. Are you mad? My mom was there. She was trying to talk to him, trying to tell him to stop. My mom was feeling sorry for me, and I was like, yeah, my mom's now sorry for me. He didn't want. Told me load my bags, loaded them, I put them outside. Started shouting. Like, this is the last time. I'm like, okay, whatever. In varsity, I stayed there for some time. Stayed with my best friend. And my friend was dealing in Pretoria. And we went across the border, we were crossing with stuff. I remember sitting there and the cops started searching us at the border. I was like, yes, if they catch us here, I'm bargain. Anyways, we crossed the border, got to Pretoria, and I phoned my mom and I was like, I can't. No one will live this way with my friend. We're dealing in the flat. We're crossing at the border. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to stay there because I didn't have freedom. My friend was always controlling me. He didn't want me to do what I wanted to do because he would always tell his mom. So I wanted to be in my own place where I could have fun. I ended up moving from there to one of my other friends, staying with him. That house was free. Could come in when I want, go out when I want. From there I left there and life was next. Came back home and I lived at home. Every day was a drinking spree for me. I'll cut that short, and I was drinking non-stop Monday to Sunday, no sleep, not taking Epilim. Got to the stage where I would get so pale and I wouldn't stop. Remember the one day I came home and my younger cousins were at the house and they asked me could I do this with them. I said sure. I'm just going to shower and I'm going to come back and I'll fetch you. I showered and I ran away. Didn't come back. That's who I would be. I remember one day I was driving home with my mom and my one cousin. It's 12, 13 years old. And I sat in the car and I was driving home. And I don't know what made me ask him. How did it feel? Now I was in treatment. I asked him, how did it ever feel to you when I'd say I'm going to do this to you and I never ever. And I heard him, a 12-year-old kid, saying, it hurt me. And that hit me. The worst train that ever hit me was that 12-year-old boy saying that hurt me. Because he looked up to me. I was his role model. Whatever I would do, he would want to do. And that train was drinking, smoking. That he went up to school one day and he was wanting to smoke a twist in the bathroom with his friends because I was smoking. And the 22nd of November is when I landed up in treatment. Before that, I landed up in hospital. And I was in bed and I woke up. I didn't even wake up, I don't even remember. I was on a bed sleeping and I was full of blood in the morning and my 12-year-old cousin found me in the room full of blood and ran out screaming, Justin is dead. That's what I was told. I don't remember that. To be honest, if I had ended up coming to treatment, life would have continued and I would have ended up dead. That's where I was going to be. And I was in hospital, sitting in a hospital bed, and the only people I used to have in those beds was my mom, my auntie, and my family. No friend around that hospital bed. At that time, in November last year, where I woke up and I told my mom, I can't. I need help. I don't know what help I was getting. All I remember was my mom said, "You're going to pack your bags and we're going to take you." And I was like, fine, whatever. I was in hospital for 7 days. And I drove up to treatment. Me, my mom, and my uncle. I don't remember driving there. I only remember driving, getting to Boxer on the way to the treatment center, and I'm in a location. And my mom was like, "Where are we going?" And I was using that. I was like, "Yeah, where are we going?" But I was sleeping the whole way. When I got there, I was like, "Yeah, where are we going? I'm okay now. We can go back home." All my uncle kept telling my mom was, "Relax, let's go see this place. And if it's not okay, we'll turn back and go home." I was like, "There's no need to go all the way there. Just turn around, let's go now. I'm fine." And I got there. I stood there outside with my uncle and I was smoking a cigarette. My mom walked in. And I was like, "No, I can't do this now. I don't want to be in a treatment center." That's the best decision I've done, to be honest. I was gonna die if I was to use again next. That's where I was gonna do. I was gonna die, be 6 foot under, with just my family burying me, because I've never had friends next to me when I was in a hospital bed. Got to treatment, my 2.5 months being there, I did nothing. I was undercover, I was under the radar. No one knew Justin. My first concern group was concerned. Caleb even asked, "Who is Justin?" And everyone had to split. And I was in the corner. Everyone looked at me. And I was like, yeah. I went home. I was supposed to go to hospital. The doctor wasn't there. And I decided, well, I want to see how life is now that I've been in treatment and I know the program for 2.5 months. I'm still in step 1. I know how this works. I want to see how life is with my friends. I told my mom, no, I'm allowed to be with my friends, everything. And I was so stupid that I didn't believe myself. And I went to them. They still use, they still drink, and I wanted that. And she called Josh, and she told him the story, and he laughed. I could just picture him on the phone with my mom. And he gave me that ultimate. Either I go back with them, don't come back home, or I come back to treatment. And I sat home, and I was like, what do I do? Do I come back, do I go? I didn't want to come back, to be honest. I was like, no, I can't. Concern groups, waking up so early, bells, I can't do that. I need to live my life. And came back. It was the best decision I made coming back into that house. As soon as I got back, I got concerned. And I was shown who the real Justin is. People didn't know the real Justin, and I was broken. And I really wanted it at that time. I was like, I don't know what to do, you tell me. And I'd done it. And I was concerned 160 times. I had pots, I had cups, I had shopping. I didn't get a phone, I got a phone ban. Luckily enough, I didn't get my mom and them not to come visit me. I don't know how, but that couldn't happen. And that's where it changed for me. And I remember I went home for some time, and the sponsor said to me, I can continue with my steps, and when I come back, I'll just show you. And I just finished step 3, and I continued step 4 quickly. I was like, yes, I'm running away from life story. And I ran away from it for some time, until the one guy brought it up in concern group and said, Justin hasn't done his life story. And that's where it was time. I was like, and then my sponsor was like, stop what you're doing, do your life story. And that was the worst. That's where people showed me who I really was. I was a selfish kid, spoiled brat. I was everything. And I continued living there, stayed there, and I was told, you're not going back home. You need to start a new life. I was like, no ways. I'm sorry. That's your suggestion, not mine. I'm going back home. And I went up to this one girl and I told her that I was in treatment. Listen, my sponsor said I can't go back home. She was like, sorry mate, that's your reality. I was like, shit. No one feels sorry for me here. And I went and I accepted that. Got to so far that in treatment I was given responsibilities. I was a dungeon master, house leader, given cars to take people shopping, take people home. In active, I wasn't even allowed my mom's car. That's how much she didn't trust me. And in treatment I was given that. And for me it's been hard. Being jerked from a sponsor was hard. Every day it's like, I was told it's not about me, it's what I can do for someone else, because it was always about me. This year been hard, but one thing that I'm grateful for, and I spoke to my sponsor last week, is my family comes up to me now to tell me stuff about what's going on in their lives. When my auntie is going through a bad time, but she'll come to me and tell Justin about what's going on for her. That's never happened in my whole life. That's one of the best things I've ever gotten in recovery. It's my family. My mom was knuckleheads with her. Now I can pick up a phone and call her just to say hello, not for money. My two cousins, they don't just want to be around me. Before they would want to be around me for fun. Now it's just to be around me. And friends in recovery, true friends that will be by my bed in hospital if I land up there, sick or whatever. I'll have real friends next to my bed, not just my family. So yeah, for me, it's been a hard journey, but it's been the best experience. Like yesterday I was sitting with my mom, just talking. She said she's proud of me. My mom's never said she's proud of me. First time my mom can say she's proud of me. And I asked her why. She said, you had a choice. I could have stayed with recovery or I could have left it. And I decided to stay here. Because I know where I'd landed up, I'd have been dead today. Today I'd have been dead if I still went onto that path. And with that I'm really grateful for the treatment center that I went to that gave me back my life. Because I didn't know what life was. Life is fun today. That wasn't fun. That was just hell for me. Today I have fun. I wake up and I can remember what I did yesterday. I have a job that I'm happy about. I'm grateful that I have a job that I worked for. So with that, that's where I'll leave it. And really grateful for everyone here. And I hope I did carry a message to one person. So thanks for letting me share.